Are you interested to level up your dating game and be more seductive on your dates? Well, then keep watching this video because I'm going to go into the 5 ways to be more seductive and have more masculine energy. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and a notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, I'm going to discuss the 5 ways you can be more seductive and give off more masculine energy. So I'm going to jump right into this right now. So number 1 is your talking pace. If you talk too fast, people can't understand you. If you talk too slow, people will think you're boring. So you need to find a nice pace, right? Your talking pace that can not only keep people engaged, especially on your dates, but also not have them fall asleep on you as well. All right. So that's number 1. Number 2 is your tone, right? So not just your talking pace, but you need to have a specific tone. So for example, you can have a tone that comes across as sexy, but then your tone could also come across as aggressive. So it's all contextual, right? So in certain situations where you're having a good time, you're having a few drinks, maybe you're kissing, and now you whisper in her ear because you want her to do something or you want to do something to her. So your tone can come across and elevate your seduction depending on what your tone is. So number 3 is your posture, right? Now, many of my videos, I've suggested that if you go out on a date, always sit at the bar, at the restaurant, sit beside her, never sit across from her because that's going to feel like an interview. But if you sit beside her, right, then you should sit straight up, right? Maybe even put your arm around her if you're at that place and she's comfortable. So your posture will give off a certain masculine energy that you're probably not even aware of. So that's number 3. Number 4 is your hand gestures. Obviously, you've seen in my videos, I tend to use my hands, maybe a little bit too much. I'm working on that, right? But your gestures can be, emphasize a point, right? But they can also be very suggestive or seductive. So if you have your hands open like this, she's going to find this a lot more seductive than your hands like this all the time or your hands in your pocket, if that makes sense. Now, one thing to note, if you're someone like myself, I use a lot of hand gestures. I'm working on that. But according to, body language experts, the more you use your hands, the more feminine it comes across. So I get mistaken on this channel and even in person, and I live in a neighborhood where there's a pretty large gay population, and I get mistaken for being gay or bi many times. And I've concluded that some of it might have to do with the fact I speak with my hands a lot, and subconsciously people just see that as a feminine gesture versus using your hands very selectively to emphasize a point. So this is just something to be aware of when you're on dates, is how much you're using your hands, because that could determine also her attractiveness to you and how much masculine energy you're giving off. So that's number 4. And I got a bonus one for you, so stick around for not number 6, but the bonus one. So number 5 is this one, is your words, right? If you're respectful, you're courteous, you're asking open questions, your words mean a lot. So most of the times when I'm going to have a date, I will ask them in advance if they need an Uber. And the thing is, you can't assume that she has a car. You have no idea how complicated maybe it is for her to come and meet you. So that's one of the first things that I do, is I ask them, do they need an Uber? Next, I'll ask them if we're going to go for food, if they have any food preferences. It's all about being respectful and courteous, and very few men even think of those little details. So your words mean a lot, and how much she's going to be seduced by you and how much masculine energy you're giving off. All right. And last, the bonus one. If you want to, if she wants to feel like you've got masculine energy and she's being seduced by you, is your memory, right? So if she's saying things about her family, remember that stuff. If her dog's name is Lila, remember her dog's name and it's a female, right? So if you don't have the greatest memory in the world, take notes. I take notes of all the women that I date because I don't want to forget these little details. And sometimes I forget, but if long as I start having a running tab of some things, like her brother's name is Jim and her parents live in Marietta, as an example, or this neighborhood, right? Like, make notes of those things if you don't have the world's greatest memory. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if there's anything else you think that's subtle that you can increase your masculine energy and your seductiveness when you're out on dates. All right, see you next time.